All right, folks, this rig I think is very effective for folks that are bank fishing or doing any kind of bottom fishing. It's called a knocker rig. Kind of similar to a Carolina rig, but it's got a little twist to it. First, what we're gonna do is start with our main line. We'll let this high-vis Andy line be our main line. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tie that line onto a swivel. There is a twist to this rig you can do. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but we're just gonna tie that on there with an improved clinch knot. Look how easy this knot ties. In case you don't know, you run it through the eye here on the swivel. You make 5, 6, 7 wraps around, and then you're going to go back through that little opening, boom, and it creates another loop, and then you're going to go through there again. Don't pull with your teeth, just hold it with your teeth. Boom, your line's attached to your swivel. Now what you're going to do is take your leader, which in this case, I'm just going to use some of this heavy monofilament here just to show you that it looks a little different. We're going to tie this again, same thing, go through that swivel, make 3, 4, 5, 6 wraps, boom. I'll do about 4 here just for ease. Back through that opening, got that loop there created. Again, hold it with your teeth, pull with your hands, boom, that's good to go. Then we have enough for a leader here. We're going to go with about that much. Here's where the difference is. On the Carolina rig, you would have a weight here on your main line. Some people call it a fish finder rig. The line, the weight would be up here. On this one, we put it on the leader. This weight will vary depending on how much current you have, how much casting you need. This is where your swivel's at. This is your leader, the clear line. This is your main line. We're putting it on to the leader side. We'll tie this hook on. This is a circle hook, an octopus circle hook. You know it's an octopus because it's got the bent eye. You know it's a circle hook because the point is perpendicular to the shank. Uni knot to tie this on. Go through top of the hook, boom, just like that. Gonna pinch it with your finger, just like that. Make a loop. We're all about loops on tying these knots. Got a loop there. And let's go through there about 4 or 5 times. This knot here, this style of tying, this is called a snell knot. It does not slip, so you can get by with fewer wraps. They're like that. Again, what are we going to do? Hold it with our teeth, not pull with it. Just like that. Pull on the leader, boom, you're set. I cut off the tag end. This snail does not slip. And this allows that sinker to rest right up against the hook. It's great. It's less likely to snag. It's a good little system for casting a bait out. What happens is, because the sinker's right there, you got some room for the fish to grab the bait, run with it before you set it. It gets to here, boom. You really feel the line going off of there then. Now, why do you have a swivel in here? Well, it gives you, one, a place to tie into between the main line and this line. That's one thing that it does. The other thing is this twist. It's called a swivel for a reason because, as you can see, it turns. This cuts down on line twists. If this was out there and your line is in some current, and it's twisting and turning, it helps prevent line twists. Everything, if you get into a fight with a fish and it's running and turning and twisting. And the other reason to have a leader, let's go over that real quick. Generally, I fish a heavier leader than I do my main line. The reason I do that is for abrasion resistance, especially with fish that have teeth, fins that are sharp, that type thing. I like using a heavier line. Some people do it the opposite. I don't recommend it. One thing you can do on this same rig, take that sinker, you could literally tie this onto your main line if you have confidence that you have enough abrasion resistance in that main line. So if this is coming straight off your reel, literally all you would have to do is run that through there, run that through there, boom, go with the snell knot directly on here. Now this is 30-pound line. I'll be honest with you, for a lot of the fish out there, a lot of the fish that you guys are going to catch, this is actually more line than you will need. Isn't it amazing how easy it is to tie with 30-pound line versus that 60? Again, 60 is way overkill for most fish, but you could literally fish this rig that way right there. and that's all there is to it. That knocker is ready to go. It's ready to fish. You can cast it just like that. Very simple. You know, again, it's going to depend on how much abrasion resistance you need with that leader material. If you got something that may be a little bit toothy, bristly, you may need that extra leader line. But if you're fishing somewhat heavy line, go with this, especially if it's monofilament. Braid, if you're using braid line, you're going to need to tie in some type of leader. Braid, while very sensitive, has no stretch. Downside is, you know, you trade out that great sensitivity of braid for it's not abrasion resistant. You start to tear some of those little fibers out and it goes. So another rig, knocker rig, I think it'll help you catch some fish and maybe stay less snagged up.